Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of TC Talk, back today with another video. And in today's video, we're going to have some fun. We're going to do the old faithful, the tier list. We're going to talk about where my initial thoughts on the meta or where it's going to go for things like the Calling Memphis and some future Classic Constructed events as we have the release of the Hunted on January 31st. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hopefully enjoy your stay. If you're a long-standing supporter, thank you so much as always. Feel free to check out the Discord down below, the channel membership, as well as the Google Sheet to access to a bunch of our creators if you want to be able to catch out some other cool content. So we're going to bring this up. Like I say for every single tier list, this is for fun, right? This is not me saying this is a definitive thing. Like, yes, this is my thoughts on the meta, but I could be completely wrong in a month and a half. And if I am, I am. Please come back and tell me. But I enjoy doing this because, like, for example, in Misfail, a lot of people thought Zen was not going to be that good. A good amount of people thought that going into the set when we got revealed with the cards and stuff. People were like, wait, is this not going to be that good? Turns out Zen was busted, right? So we have like fun interactions like that happen, and so as we go into this one, we'll see if we can get a little bit closer or if we see that we're completely off. So we're gonna have some fun with it. I'm gonna do two different versions. I'm gonna do like a normal tier list, and then I'm gonna do like a chart. So we're gonna kind of go through this, and I'll get your thoughts on it. Tell me what you agree or disagree with. I'm trying to be as fair as possible, and I am obviously guessing on some of these new heroes just based off of some initial testing games I've been playing with them, and overall just kind of seeing where I see the meta. So I personally think the thing I'm actually most confident on is the decks to beat in the format. I think until Zen goes, it's going to be quick, right? Zen's going to be gone out of the meta by end of February because of RTN season. However, until that goes, I think Zen is still the best deck in the format. I think Zen just doesn't really have, it's been dominating the last few tournaments. We've seen Zen mirrors and several Battle Hardens and above in the last month or two, and I don't see that changing anytime soon, even with the Hunted. I think until people figure out how to play these new heroes, play the new cards. Assassin got a huge buff, but Ninja also got a huge buff, even though it is more Draconic focused. I still think Zen is the deck to beat, and until proven otherwise, it's the main deck to beat, right? However, I think New got some insane upgrades. New can now run Hunter's Clave and run some of the marked stuff to be able to have even more disruption. Mark of the Black Widow is an amazing addition. Take Up the Mantle is an insane addition to her. If she wants to, she can run Red back to give that 1-for-3 go again, basically have another set of Hiss in her deck. She also has a lot of other toolkit cards that she can use, and both for the CYB and the non-CYB version. And, with the fact that all the Chaos cards are not Chaos locked, or not Chaos cards, Assassin cards are not Chaos locked, it just buffs every single Assassin, right? So I think New is very scary now. She has a lot of tools at her disposal, even more like devastating reactions, and I don't think she's going anywhere. The one that might surprise people, and this is no bias, I promise, it's truly what I think, is Ira. I think Ira is one of the decks to beat. Ira is very good. She got a lot of good upgrades. Cut Through is amazing. Pain in the Backside is awesome. Sound the Alarm. Like, she got a lot of good things. She also matches up pretty well now. She can race Viserai a little bit better with some of the new Go Again attacks. She can race Zen a little bit better. She has the defensive tools to deal with Assassin and even deal with Fang if she wants to. She can use the Flick Knives route in order to get even more value, and you're going to start seeing some Iras, I think, with Flick Knives and the new legendary boots, the generics, the defense reaction ones. I think she just got a ton of tools, and even the chest piece. I think the chest piece gives her on-demand tunic counters for the most part, except for a few choice matchups, and she's able to get those like powerful CNC plays at the end of the chain when you least expect it, right? So I think Ira's a top 3 deck in the game. And I think these 3 heroes currently right now are a cut above the rest. And that's like the most confident part of the list for me. After that, it does, I think, take a drop. I think Viserai is very good. We're seeing Viserai get in the top 8 pretty consistently. And I think Viserai doesn't really lose or gain anything from the Hunted set coming out. Erase Face is going to be a lot more prevalent in the meta because of Draconic heroes, so I do think that'll hurt Viserai a little bit more, but not like a ton. It's just they're going to have to deal with that card a little bit more than usual. Warmongers maybe will stay in the meta, maybe not as much. We'll have to see. another cool thing about Viserai is it's just solid in every single deck, right? It doesn't have a ton of horrible matchups, and I think it's just probably the best solid deck outside of the top 3. I think Syndra and Fang, now this is like me, going off of a few games and just initial thoughts, so this is grain of salt, but I think Syndra and Fang are both very, very good decks. Now, are they better than all the decks in that second row? No, I didn't order them exactly. The only one I really put in order in the second tier is Viserai. I think Syndra and Fang both are really good. I think Fang especially is extremely underrated. I don't think people are looking at the hero enough. And I think both of them are going to have a place in the metagame. And once Zen LLs, I think Syndra bumps up to probably be in the premier aggro deck in the format. Whether that's a good enough aggro deck to weigh out the assassins, we'll have to see. But I do think she becomes that. And I think Fang is very good, very scary. Fang can get fealty very easily and be able to start swinging those things for free and being able to play consistent Draconic cards. Unless you can severely disrupt Fang, it's really hard to stop that value engine that Fang gets. I also think Fi is not getting looked at a lot because people are so excited about Syndra. Fi got some amazing upgrades. Kadachi Fi got some really cool stuff, and I think you'll see some Kadachi Fis do some cool stuff. The only thing is, will there be enough representation because people just want to play Syndra, right? That's going to be the thing to look at. Aurora is really good. Aurora, again, similar to Viserai, doesn't really lose or gain anything with the cards that are coming out in the Hunted. A lot of Assassin means Aurora's going to have to change things up a little bit, and that might hurt her a little bit more than it would Viserai. However, I still think she stays in a good spot. The biggest question mark is Enigma. Enigma is really difficult. If the meta goes to if the Assassin decks go to more traditional and don't run as many, go-agains or aren't utilizing their action point economy the best they can, Enigma could gain some more leeway back into the matchup because a lot of news are basically saying that they feel pretty good into Enigma now. And it's kind of turned the tide a little bit, which is really crazy to think about. And so if she can get points back into that matchup, and with Zen kind of being out the door in a month, you could see Enigma start to creep back up and do really well. However, if Syndra ends up being super good, if Fang can push up enough pressure, if we have decks like Fi and Viserai, and then a more aggressive Ira, and then you have Assassins that can, use these go-again attacks that also flick their knives, Enigma could be in a really weird spot. And I could see Enigma either kind of staying near the top of the metagame or just plummeting. Now, at high-level events, Enigma players are going to play Enigma. That's just how it's going to be. But on the RTN level, you could see Enigma go really far down, in my opinion. The next one's Marionette. I think Marionette's pretty good. I've been playing with Marionette a good amount this week on Tabletop Simulator. The deck feels really good. I think Nude definitely is a little bit better, but Marionette has some really cool interactions. The base level, I didn't actually how much value is in the base level of Marionette of the +1 on-hit go-again. If that was the only ability that Marionette had, it'd be a good hero. The fact that it flips is even better, right? So I think Marionette's really good. I also think Uziri got a lot of good upgrades. I think Uziri is actually on par for the most part with the other Assassins. The thing is, will her play rate be enough to make her relevant, right? And will Assassin players want to play her over the other two is the question. Florian's also one that could be kind of a keep an eye on. If Enigma does end up going way down, Florian's stock rises a lot, especially the kind of slower build that can really stun opponents out and then get a value engine going. I could see Florian going way higher in the list if Enigma gets snubbed out, but right now it's just a really solid deck. And then Vincent. I want to put Vincent higher. Cull is an amazing card, but I'm just going to be honest. It sounds really, really shitty, pardon my French, but until Vincent players show that Vincent's actually good, I'm never going to put Vincent that high. This is actually the highest I would put her. Yes, we get the occasional random top 8, but it's one of those heroes that people keep saying is good, and it's never really that good. So, but I do think Cull is an amazing card, and I think Vincent can make really good use of it, so I'm super excited to see what she does with that. Then we have the counter decks. Jarl is very contingent on if Syndra and Fang become meta. If those two go up to this dex to beat and Zen goes out of the meta, you could see Jarl have a place to be able to counter the Draconics or at least make their life a little bit harder. Jarl also could help with Aurora, even though she does run a little bit better of a blue base. But we'll have to see. I think the ultimate counter deck, and I know I've been on the Riptide train before, but I think Riptide's actually in a really good position, especially if Enigma goes down in popularity. He has a pretty decent matchup in the Zen. You can win it with the right build, and Zen's going to be gone soon anyway. I think Riptide's going to be pretty good into all of the Draconic heroes, all three of them. Pretty good Ira matchup, good Assassin matchup. Aurora and Zen are really what give him the most trouble alongside Florian and Enigma. So if Enigma goes down and you can dodge the Florians, I think if your focus is to try to beat the Draconic heroes, have a decent matchup into Ira, and then a good matchup into Assassin. So basically, if you're wanting to like prey on Draconic and Assassin, I think that Riptide could be a really good option. I won't go hero by hero for the Shore category. The key ones here is I think Reinhardt's actually in a pretty cool spot. Reinhardt's got some good upgrades. Victor could make his way back up if Enigma starts to go down. You could see Victor trying to prey on more of the aggressive decks, but Assassin I think is going to keep Victor in check, sadly. And then Prism's another one that I think could make some headway if we see some different stuff shift a little bit. And then at the bottom you have Playing for Passion. I don't see any of these heroes making a splash. Leviah is the only one because of her ceiling capability, but I just don't see anything going from there. Then we have this. I'm not going to go super into this, but I will say I actually think a lot of the meta is early on is going to be with the new heroes. It's going to be with the Assassin and Ninjas, everything that this set is supporting. I think Zen, honestly, I think new is the best deck in the format if I was being super objective and not going off past results, because I think Zen is the best until proven otherwise. But if you maybe look at the current card pool now, and I had no prior knowledge of past results, I think new is the best deck in the format, but I think Zen will be the most represented. And then it's going to follow by Enigma, Aurora, Viserai, and Syndra. I think all of them will kind of fit the same spot in terms of the meta and like how much they're represented. Enigma will kind of creep up a little bit more. And then Ira. I think Ira is like the second or third best deck in the format, but I don't think she will be as played as all of those other heroes I just mentioned. Same thing with Fang. I think Fang's in a good spot, but won't be as played. And then all the other heroes, I didn't like pick inch for inch where they should be. All the heroes, sorry, my dog Reagan just walked in, and Odin is excited. No, you're fine, babe. All the heroes in the bottom left, like I wasn't going to take the time to put them all in the exact same spot. So I just put them all down there. But it's really kind of, 8 to 9 heroes I think are really in the meta. But I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts on it. This is like quick down and dirty of what my initial take is. I could be wrong here in 2-3 months, and if I am, I am. That's not a big issue at all. This is more for fun and seeing what y'all's thoughts are, where you all think the heroes are going to fall. But we have to do the tier list. It's tradition with new sets. So, and I haven't seen a bunch of tier lists in a while. People, have been on kind of the off-season post-World. So let's kick it back in gear. Let's have some fun with it. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to get y'all's thoughts on what you think of the new heroes, where you think they're going to stack up. We are going to get a little bit of a shift come into February when Zen LL's in our TN season. That will kind of move some things around. So yeah, super excited. Let me know what y'all's thoughts are. If you like this type of content, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. If not me, it's completely fine. Go to another creator. I have the Google Sheet down below. Find their stuff. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe on their stuff. Let's get more people seeing this game. And I'll see y'all next time on TC Talk. Thank y'all so much.